Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to Danganronpa. Alright, so in the last video, we rushed to the rec room, had to break in, found out Sakura was dead. If you haven't seen the last video, make sure you go back and watch the previous video first, so you can catch up with what's going on. So we are going to go ahead and start the investigation. Sakura drew her last breath sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of the blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally I wouldn't have any problem believing that that's what killed her, but according to the Monokuma file, she had also vomited blood. And I could see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So what would have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Status of Sakura's body has been added to the truth bullets. Alright. Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood. Not a chance. Byakuya!
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on a most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting. Don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. Alright, so I saw the pool of blood. Hold on, what button do I press? Okay, it's Y. So we're going with the pool of blood over here. There's a blood stain in front of the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? Magazine shelf blood stain has been added to truth bullets. Okay. Is this something? Okay. There are shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on. The glass is all red, and these are the top and bottom sections of a bottle, right? So this must have originally been a bottle. Glass shards on the floor has been added to truth bullets. Alright. There's something else on the ground near the glass. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure. Figure on the floor has been added to the truth bullets. Alright, cool. And this caught my attention. What is this? This looks like some kind of wrapper. Ah, that's... Do you recognize it, Hina? Well, yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. So you gave that candy to Sakura. I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box to my room. I made sure nobody else could get their hands on them. You really like them that much? But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now, they've lost all their flavor. Girl, you ain't gotta cry. Hina. Polka dot candy wrapper has been added to the truth bullets. Alright, cool. I wonder what that would be for. Is this something? Oh no, that's Hina.
What the heck?
We already know who did it. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It had to be one of them. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Then let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the rec room. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she told me. She said she'd left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon? The Monokuma file said she died right around then. I'm telling you the truth. I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her. But she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stopped her, by force even, this never would have happened. Hina. It's impossible not to have regrets, you know. I know. Aoi's account has been added to the truth bullets, yeah. But the fact that she had asked those three to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying, it might be good to confirm what I just heard with the three of them directly. Alright, so I guess we gotta talk to the other three, one of which should be in the room. Yes, there he is. Oh, there's more shit. Isn't this the glass we broke? Alright, but here's my thing. She asked all three of them to meet up, and she just happened to die around that time. So yeah, that like points fingers at them, but I don't know, it raises more questions as well. There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance of the room.
So...
It looks like a protein drink, and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein, and she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of alignments.
Wrong.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. But still, this protein it's got a label on it that says Chem A2. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the Chem Lab had all kinds of health stuff. So she must have gotten this from the Chem Lab.
Just a second.
But that's strange. Huh? What is?
Hey.
You see what's scattered around the can? Shards of light blue glass. They must be parts of the window I broke to get inside. Okay, but hold on. Why does it look like it's sitting on top of the shards though?
Correct.
But they aren't just scattered around the can, they're also underneath it. Yeah, see. See, I'm getting it. Why does that matter?
So...
I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take note of it. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on. An important clue? I'm not sure. I see how. Or, okay, yeah, whatever. Empty protein drink has been added to the truth bullets. Alright, so, I'm trying to, like, okay, what is this? Huh, the locker's open and there, on the inside, it's a handprint?
Why?
What's a handprint doing here? It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and it left a handprint in all the dust.
It's true.
And it looks quite fresh too. I'd say someone was hiding here in the locker and they left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hid in here until the locked room was open, don't you think? And during all the confusion they popped up and joined the rest of the group. That wouldn't have been possible though, because there's only a few of them this time. Like, it would have been different if this had happened like at the start when like all 15 students was there. But this person, like, you know, it was Sakura and then she told like 3 people to meet up with them. And then it was like those 2 and Hina, and they all came rushing in at the same time.
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. Huh? Why not?
Hey.
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? The locker was already open. Yeah, there we go.
Indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then what does this handprint mean? It means somebody was in there at some point. They just don't know when. Alright. What else? Over here. There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. And inside each bottle, there's some kind of Monokuma figure. What I'm wondering is how'd they get those figures inside the bottles?
So...
It's no different from your standard ship in a bottle. Huh? You know, where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside. You've never seen that? Oh yeah, maybe I have. No, you've seen it. I know you've seen it.
In other words...
So this is Monokuma's version of that. A Monokuma bottle, if you will. Monokuma bottle has been added to the truth bullets. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things, little by little. I'm not. The Monokuma bottle's sitting on the shelf. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground. The red shards of glass, which probably started out as a bottle. Which would mean Sakura must have been hit in the head with the Monokuma bottle, right? The shards of glass and the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was the weapon. Cool, alright, jumping to conclusions, huh? Alright. Okay, I don't think, did I look at this? What is this? That same shelf full of magazines. There's all different kinds of magazines here. Cool, alright, that was pointless. Clock. It's around 1 o'clock right now. According to the Monokuma file, Sakura died around 12 noon. So roughly an hour ago. Why do we say 12 noon? I feel like that's just the same shit. Like, 12 noon? Like, I feel like they should have said 12 p.m. or just noon. I don't know. I'm not about to think about this. Was that when Kyoko and I were moving alter ego? Alright, cool. Can I touch that? No? Okay, there's this chair. The chair was shoved up against the doorknob so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it. Alright, cool. So let's talk to Byakuya.
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about, sir. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. Then it's true? I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do that, would do what it said, and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Byakuya says he didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact.
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay, thanks. Byakuya's account has been added to the Truth Bullets. Alright, I think we got everything in here. Do I need to speak to you again?
However,
But for Sakura to have been killed, yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
it's true.
And she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how's the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand on her? They must have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly.
Certainly they would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her. Alright, I think... Woo, we're gonna try to go outside. Woo! Stop yawning. Alright, so this door is the only way in or out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence that the mountings have been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is the smashed window, which happened, of course, when I broke it to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening, and there was no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the locked door from the inside, not from the outside. Rec room door has been added to the Truth Bullets.
Listen.
Well, Makoto, have you finished your general investigation? Yeah, I think so for the most part.
So then,
Then you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
listen to me.
Which is why I've decided you'll go in my place. She's decided. She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. But she's right, I do have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say. Alright, so we need to go find Hiro and Crazy Bitch Crazy. Toko, right here. I pressed the doorbell. And after a few seconds...
Who's there?
Oh, the most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay.
What do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach.
Didn't we do this before? Does she think she did it again?
I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hallway.
What do you want?
You said you wanted to talk to me about something. Alright, normally I'll be trying to do the voices, but I think I'm just trying to get through this for now. I wanted to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you. What?
Well,
I don't know what you're talking about. Byakuya already told me she had asked to meet with him. What? She wanted to meet with Master too? I just said two, didn't I? I guess that was totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So, can you tell me about it? I admit I did get the note, but I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. With that, Toko quickly retreated into her room. Toko's account has been added to the Truth Bullet section of the motherfucking handbook. Alright, so now we are going to go talk to Hiro. Hiro. Where is Hiro? There's Leon. Yasuhiro. I'm sorry about my frame rate because it's going down really badly. I pressed the doorbell. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. And after a few seconds...
You know?
What's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Yeah, actually, I just wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you. How did you know about that? Why were they all trying to hide it? Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakening you? But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Olga told me herself that she had asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that? Oh, well, when she asked me to meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note.
How about that?
She gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention others, like, in passing. I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. Yeah, no, it sounds like he's fucking lying right now. So then you went and met with Sakura.
Got it all wrong.
No way! I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious, yeah.
Actually,
The last time I saw Olga was when Hina got hurt, and I took her to the nurse's office.
don't look at me.
I haven't seen her since then. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Do I still have it? Let's see. Hiro was feeling around his pocket.
Hey, come
Sorry, it
on.
looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big, goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pocket. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket. Huh? Really?
What?
Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again and shoved it back into his pocket.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash?
What?
Anyways, I can't deny that Ogre asked me to meet with me, or asked to meet with me, but I never went. So, well, if you'll excuse me. Before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Hiro said that was just trash, but there's no way that's all there was to it. Alright, so pocket trash has been added to the truth bullets. Okay, so I've heard from Toko and Hiro. What next? I'll definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can we found on the floor in the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab. So where should I start? Alright, so I guess we are going upstairs to the chem lab. Where is... What floor was the chem lab on? I think it was the 4th floor. Was it the 4th floor? Yeah. Chem lab. Chem lab. Go to the chem lab. Go to the chem lab. Oh, I said chem lab. Alright, oh my god, I swear my speech. Oh, look who's here. Look who's here. Makoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. I think what you meant to say was, yes sir, I understand. Well, okay, daddy, if you want to play like that, we can play like that, daddy, alright. Alright, what's going on in here? Alright, so let's look at this thing. This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. I should probably take a closer look at it. Woo! Yawning and stuff. Alright, it looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. But more important right now, what's the powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it. Alright, so I guess we got more to look at now. Alright, let's start with A. Let's see, what's on this shelf? There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. The protein drink you found in the rec room probably came from this shelf. All of the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section A. Huh? But wait! There's one bottle here that's labeled Chem C9. Could someone have put it here on accident? Let's go to B. So on this shelf it looks like a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are. They're reagents, I'm guessing. Put simply, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must truly be bliss. Isn't that kind of harsh?
What?
What, you think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world? Okay, but what are the chances that you'd be stuck in a fucking school, killing each other off and need to know that kind of shit? And there's like literally a less than 1% chance of that happening, and you guys got unlucky. Alright, moving on.
That's fine.
The words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well. I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number, so I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here, in which case I don't think I have to worry too much about this shelf. Alright. Section C. On this shelf, there's one look and I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on this shelf are labeled C and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit, Section C. I should try to find out more about this shelving unit. It looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A has dietary supplements. Section B has reagents. Section C has lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. But what concerns me is that in Section A, there was a bottle with the label from Section C. What was a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on here. Chem lab shelf has been added to the truth bullets. Alright, so there looks like there's a little bit more. What's this? These are footprints, and they're only in front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen.
What?
Well, let's go. Chop chop. Okay. So I got to work, and before long, I'd drawn up a sketch of the room. So how's this? Not bad for you, I mean. For me.
I see.
So, when you look at it like this, interesting. It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight to that shelf, did whatever they had to do, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be.
Certainly.
Makoto,
possible.
are they yours? No!
What?
Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself. I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. I see, your feet do appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints. You being a douche right now, don't be trying to blame me. Unfortunately? But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. Then these prints are a really valuable clue. Alright, wasn't there somewhere else? Yeah, like right here. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I'd better not leave a footprint. Cool. Oh, sorry, y'all. I can't stop yawning. I had work last night. Didn't get much sleep. Anyways, there's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? It looks like the bottle had a label on it, Chem C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning checking things out, and at that point, this room wasn't like this. Then this powder must have been spilled.
So in other
That's right. It
words-
could have only have been around the time of the incident. If that really is when it happened, it must be related to the case somehow. Source of the powder has been added to the truth bullet section of the handbook. I should probably take a good hard look at that powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in front of the shelf, but there's also the remains of the broken bottle. It looks like the bottle was labeled Chem C4. Also, it looks like someone left some footprints in the powder. Based on the positioning of the prints, whoever it was only went to the left side of the shelf. According to Byakuya, the powder would have had to been spilled right around the time of the incident. That's all I can tell for now. Footprints and powder has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. I've already taken a good look at the chem lab. Maybe I should take another look around the rec room. Alright. Cool. Alright, Bob Byakuya. I'm going back to the rec room. Where do I go? Right here. Where is it? Oh, it's right there. Get me in there. Get me in there. Get me in this rec room. So, Makoto, how's your investigation going? I told Kyoko what Toko and Hiro had told me. I see. So, along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go to see her. But it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying?
Anyway.
Well, I've made some progress on my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These 3 things have revealed new clues. You do well to look them over one more time. Oh my god, why doesn't she just tell me? She's being a little bitch. Alright, so she said the magazine, Sakura's bodies, and the bottles. Alright, so according to Kyoko, there's still something to be discovered from Sakura's body.
Just a second.
Just staring off into space isn't going to help you figure anything out. Well, yeah, I know, but don't you think you might need to actually examine the body? Girl, I ain't about to touch them big old titties of hers. They probably all muscle. There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Although there are still some times. I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
It's true.
That's totally normal. Then how can you?
So-
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. What? Sorry, never mind.
Hey,
More importantly, look here. Her shoes. You see the yellow powder on her instep? Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
That powder is clue number 1. Yellow powder has been added to the truth bullet.
Hey.
Next is the wound to her head. Look carefully. To be honest, I feel like Sakura's feet would be bigger than his, so I don't think those are her footprints in the lab. I think that's what they're trying to point to, but I don't think those are her. Next is the one on her head. Look
It's
carefully.
true.
Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot. So let me just
it
explain.
would seem...
It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. 2 blows?
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
It's true.
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. Kyogo's examination summary has been added to the truth bullets. I can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. Alright, so the body, and then she said the magazines, right? Kyoko said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Clue. Huh? This magazine is upside down. Did someone put it back that way on accident? If something catches your eyes, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. This! On the pages near the center of the magazine, a word had been written in bold bloody letters, and it said Toko. Could this be a dying message?
Correct.
Then it would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this?
So...
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. A dying message? Wait, hold on. Time out. She just said Sakura's hands were spotless. So I don't think she wrote that. Unless she like washed her hands and then came back, sat down and died.
However...
But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it for the benefit of others who might come looking. Hey, is that says Toko, right? Yeah, looks like it. Then she's the killer, right? Hina, sit down. Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet. It's settled. She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious. Magazine dying message has been added to the truth bullets. Alright, so we also said bottles. I think Kyoko said she'd found some new clue involving the Monokuma bottles. Something new, something new.
Hey,
So, did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all of the bottles. Pay careful attention and you're sure to find it. They're all holding chess pieces. That's all I see. I see, okay, is that a queen at the end? One of them is what, a knight? Regular pawn? I don't know. I don't play chess like that. I know they're chess pieces though. Hey Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is? I don't mind guiding you towards the clues, but giving you my conclusions isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusions so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? No answer? I do trust you, to a degree. Otherwise, I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree? Monokuma bottle has been added to the truth bullet.
Hey.
Alright, actually there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me? An experiment?
anyway...
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces too. Huh? Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that?
That doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And that obnoxious Byakuya is not here, so...
So then...
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass. With that, Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but what choice will I have? I'd better just do it. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken bottle pieces. And just as I finished up, Sorry to keep you waiting.
So then,
Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So what kind of experiment are we doing?
in other words,
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Compare the weights of what? The pieces of glass you collected and the one in one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. Why do you want to do that? That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done.
listen.
First, let's compare the weight of the two of the normal Monokuma bottles. It's balanced,
In other words,
which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same, which makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same, and nothing else could really affect the weight.
So then,
Now here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now what might we expect to see? We'd expect to see it balance out again, right? Well, a normal assumption would be either they'll balance out or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and
so
there.
then,
Okay, then let's give it a try. Huh? The broken pieces are heavier? How is that possible?
I knew it.
Just as I thought. What?
In other words,
The results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles put it all together.
hey,
And I believe you will arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So what do you think? It's all on you. Monokuma bottle experiment has been added. Ding-a-dong-a-bing-a-bong. Was that it?
Whoops! You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake. Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I?
I guess.
Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right? Please
Sure.
go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
It's already time, but the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No, not whatever happens. I have to make something happen. Alright, so this investigation was actually much flipping shorter than the rest of them. Like, the rest of them were like an hour long. This one was like 30 minutes, alright? So, we're gonna go ahead and end the episode here. Be on the lookout for the next class trial. I'm trying to get through this series, I really am. But, I'm actually looking forward to this next trial. I want to see what happens, because it kind of seems like a lot of cliffhangers, and they didn't really get anywhere with this. So it all needs to be put together. So I'm looking forward to it. So make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. Make sure you like the video. Check out the other Danganronpas if you need to or if you need to catch up on the series. And I will catch you guys in the next episode.